Hey, what's up guys? Tyrant back with another very special edition of the Reversal Roundup, this time focusing on the Dragon Ball FighterZ World Tour Finals, which went down at the Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour at the weekend in Las Vegas. Of course, it was the pinnacle of Dragon Ball FighterZ, the highest level gameplay in the world today, as you'd expect of the World Tour Finals, so let's get straight into the video right now.
To the Dragon Ball FighterZ World Tour Finals.
Here we are at the finals of the Dragon Ball FighterZ World Tour. With 18 players already qualified for the finals, the final 2 spots would be decided through a last chance qualifier tournament. Over 200 players signed up to take part in this tournament and get those final 2 spots in the World Finals. With a nearly perfect run and losing only 1 game the entire tournament, France's Wade qualified. With a very close season and almost qualifying through points, he was extremely relieved to make the cut. The second spot was much more closely contested as Ikuan from Japan faced off against Kite from the US. In a nail-biter Game 5, Ikuan overcame Kite and qualified for the group stage alongside Wade. The finals themselves were separated into 2 phases. First was the group stage, 4 round-robin pools of 5 players, with everybody having to face each other in the first to 2 format. The top 2 players moved on to a top 8 double elimination bracket, first moving in winners, the second in losers. Firstly was Group A, where El Padre Shanks left no doubt in his preparation. As the solo player in his group to not be playing any fusions or Lab Coat 21.
This could be it, this could be the deciding moments of the set.
Shanks qualified without dropping a single set in the entire group.
European dominance in Group A!
The other favourite in his group was of course legendary Pred, but he lost a set against Hayat from Kuwait off the get-go, putting the results of this group in shambles. Seihan from Germany was also in this group. In fact, this was the only group with 2 European players, and his fate was not in his hands as he needed a 2-0 victory from Shanks over Pred for him to be qualified out of the group in second place, and he got it. So there we have it, Group A, qualified players, Shanks in winners, Seihan in losers. Moving on to Group B, this was probably one of the hardest pools in the tournament as Yasha, Inzem and Taco were in there. All 3 defeated the other 2 in the group, Gohan-kun from New Zealand and Novix from Australia. But things got difficult and we almost had a 3-way tie on our hands. Yasha beat Taco, Taco beat Inzem, and Inzem beat Yasha. It all came down to a 1-game differential once again. Taco, who lost 1-2 against Yasha but won 2-0 against Inzem, had the best game difference to take the upper hand and to finish first in the pool. On the other hand, that 1 game loss to Yasha sealed the deal and Inzem took second place. In an absolute shocker, we would not see perhaps the favourite going into this tournament in the top 8. A very bitter end to the season for Yasha. Group C featured our first LCQ qualified player as Ikuan stepped into the fray. While he defeated Easy Steel X and Jake Ryan, he had 2 very close sets that he unfortunately lost 1-2 to Kane and Fenrich. If the 2 qualified players were clear, they had to face to know who was going to go in winners and who in losers. Fenrich took the lead in the set, but Kane switched over to the blue Vegeta team that he had been experimenting with recently. It was a bit too late though as Fenrich clutched it out, took the W, going on into the winner's side and sending Kane into that losers with a second place finish. Remember when we said that Wade only lost 1 game the entire LCQ? Well, he carried that momentum on into Group D, where he was looking perfectly warmed up, taking care of Obi Assassin, Zane, and Neku with ease. Xanxus, the Z Broly player from the Philippines, was the first person the entire day to take a set off of Wade. He may have lost all his other matches, so his qualification was out the window, but he really showed what he was made of in this match. Zane defeated Obi Assassin and everything was down again to a game differential to know who between Wade and Zane will go to the winner's side. With 1 game ahead, thanks to losing 1-2 against Xanxus, Wade is the one taking the winner's spot and Zane went through to losers. Alright, once that group stage was out of the way, the 8 players were qualified for the finals, and in winners semis we had Shanks versus Fenrich and Taco versus Wade, and in loser side, Kane versus Seihan and Zane versus Inzem. In winners semis, Fenrich was looking like an absolute monster in form against Shanks, who really couldn't get going. It was a 2-1 victory for Fenrich, but Shanks still looked strong throughout, but now he would have to fight his way from the loser side. In the other side of winners, Taco took on Wade, and Wade was not about to lose to someone who plays the same team as Wawa. Fully prepared for everything that Taco could have thrown at him, Wade took the win here, going all the way from the LCQ here to winners finals in a run reminiscent of the Zen at Capcom Cup a few weeks ago. In losers side, with a misfortunate draw, it would be Kane versus Seihan in a European team kill. Kane looked far too prepared for the German player and took that win decisively, and then went on to play against Taco. After losing to Wade in the winners side, thanks to some of the best adult Gohan double fusions practice you could ever ask for in Wawa, Taco was unfortunate enough to draw a second match against Kane, someone else that was absolutely never going to lose to this team, and took that one 2-0. The other side of losers saw another same region battle take place as Zayn went up against Inzam, but this was no ordinary Zayn. He told me himself after the tournament he thinks that's probably the cleanest he's ever played. He was playing such a slippery playstyle, the perfect way to play Zamasu. Inzam could not catch him and Zayn took it 2-0. Unfortunately for Zayn, his next match was against Shanks, and again, Shanks just raising the bar to another level here. In more scenes of matchup experience, really preparing the players for anything in their way, all those hours training with Gropus in Spain against Zamasu and Beerus paid off, and he took this set 2-0. Moving back up to winners final now, it was Fenrich versus Wade. Wade could not get his game plan going and Fenrich was seemingly stopping him at every opportunity. The most optimal team with the most optimal combos, conversions, everything, Fenrich was looking unbeatable. In a blink and you'll miss it set, it was a 3-0 victory for Fenrich, and our new champion had seemingly already been crowned. In losers semi-finals, Kane was keeping up his perfect run as he took the first game over Shanks. Towards the end of the second game though, it was absolutely heartbreaking scenes as Shanks had a pad malfunction, and in the rules, if that happens, the game must go to the opponent. Kane even suggested they keep playing from where they left off, but Shanks refused. He kept his head held high, he put on an incredible show, an incredible season, but for it to end like this, it's just very, very sad to see. But Shanks, we salute you, keep doing your thing. In perhaps the most fitting losers final we could have ever asked for this season in Dragon Ball FighterZ, considering both their paths, Kane and Wade went head to head and went down to a close game 5. The two young French players that have clashed throughout every season of Dragon Ball FighterZ, training with some of the best players in the world, really changing the meta of this game, were fighting tooth and nail for that shot against Fenrich and the World Championship.
And the challenger Wade makes the comeback.
In the final game, Wade took a life lead and he did not let that go. It was decided Wade would get his second shot against Fenrich in the Grand Finals. Considering how tragic the winners finals was for Wade, the Grand Finals was a completely different story altogether. In unprecedented scenes, Wade 3-0'd Japan's best player. A stronger message could not have been sent. The second set, however, looked like Fenrich had tapped back into some of that winners final magic, and it was a 2-0 lead for the Japanese hero. Wade started game 3 very strongly, putting Fenrich with only 1 character to 3. The Japanese player was realizing an incredible comeback, but Wade found that last opening he needed to take his first point. Game 4 looked immaculate for the French player as he barely got hit in this match. It was 2-2. The next game would decide the world champion. The start of this game was very methodical as both players managed to sponge the damage they received with a few key switches. The first character fell in Fenrich's favour after a long 2 minutes of play. After that, Fenrich managed to open up Wade, inflicting a lot of damage to his Janemba, exaggerating his lead. Wade managed to finally take the first character down from Fenrich a few moments afterwards, but his Janemba was surviving with a shred of life. Despite finding a great opening, Wade couldn't close the distance in taking down another character, and scientifically, Fenrich found the opening he needed to take down the second character of Wade, leaving him with just Janemba. After almost a full 30 seconds of just movement, Fenrich finally found the final opening, the gap in Wade's defense sealing the deal and taking the crown. Fenrich is the new Dragon Ball FighterZ World Tour Champion. After stating how long it took him to finally achieve his goal, Dragon Ball FighterZ fans in attendance and all around the world could not help but show their admiration to one of the greatest of all time in this game. Having made it to every EVO top 8 and every World Tour top 8, even to the Grand Finals. That huge major win has always evaded Fenrich, but now he joins the likes of Goichi, Kazunoko and Wawa and etches his name in history in the discussion of greatest Dragon Ball FighterZ player of all time. And just like that, yet another Games World Tour season has been wrapped up. We've covered Tekken, we've covered Street Fighter, and now we've covered Dragon Ball as well. So we hope you guys enjoy what we do here, bringing the season of gameplay together, wrapped up into one little place here on the Reversal Roundup. Don't forget guys, please like, comment and subscribe, share the video with a friend that you think might enjoy it. And yeah, that's going to be us done here for now. We will see you in the next video guys. Take care, till next time.